Welcome to Beauty in Stories. This is a space where short, meaningful tales invite us to explore life's deep lessons and the beauty of emotions. Each story becomes a journey to listen, reflect, and rediscover values that are often overlooked in the busyness of life. Join us as we uncover inspiration, joy, and connection in these stories every day. And now, let's dive into today's story, The Broken Vase. Among the decorations and jewelry displayed in a 15-year-old girl's room stood a blue ceramic vase adorned with brightly colored flowers. It was not a beautiful or intact vase. It had cracks in many places, though the owner had carefully pieced the broken shards back together. From a distance, one could still see the visible cracks. If the vase could speak, it would tell the story of two girls and the wonderful friendship between them. Amy and June met on a flight back home from Bangkok, where both girls had accompanied their fathers, business partners attending a meeting. June sat behind Amy. Halfway through the flight, Amy hesitantly turned around and handed June the blue ceramic vase. Though the gesture wasn't particularly formal, for the two girls, it was a kind of introduction and a keepsake marking the beginning of their friendship. June took the gift, and the two exchanged shy smiles. That day, the simple friendship between Amy and June, both 4 years old, was sealed. Years passed, and Amy and June grew up together. They played together, studied together, and naturally became each other's most trusted and closest friends. Amy's shoulder was where June would cry and share her sadness about her pet dog's death in a car accident. When Amy was mocked for falling during a gymnastics routine, June was there to support and defend her. When June ran away from home at age 10 after a fight with her mother, it was Amy who convinced her to return. June was the one who comforted Amy when her beloved uncle passed away. June became a part of Amy's life, and Amy took up an irreplaceable place in June's world. But life is never smooth and calm, and people change as they grow older, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. These changes are often hard to accept. Even the closest of friendships can shatter. When Amy turned 14, she started dating a boy. At this age, having a boyfriend felt like a gift to Amy. She spent all her time dating him and saw less and less of June. Despite feeling hurt, June always tried to be understanding. She remained by Amy's side after every fight with the boyfriend, offering her comfort. But when June needed Amy, she was often preoccupied with her boyfriend. And so, Amy remained indifferent, continuing to unload her emotional burdens onto June. One day, feeling too hurt and disappointed by her friend's neglect, June called Amy over to talk. As June tried to express her feelings, Amy didn't listen and dismissed her words.
Let's talk about it later.
Then Amy asked June for advice on what gift to buy for her boyfriend on the 6-month anniversary of their relationship. That was the last straw for June. She couldn't take it anymore. All her anger, sadness, resentment, and disappointment boiled over, and she burst into tears, shouting at Amy.
What do you think I am? Amy? Your friend or just your little dog?
June cried, hoping Amy would understand and apologize. But no. Amy tried to justify herself and yelled back. The deep bond of 10 years between them was unraveling right before their eyes. Neither of them seemed to want to salvage it.
Yeah. June. I hate you.
Amy screamed. What more was there to say? June stared, her eyes wide and filled with tears. Amy turned and stormed out of June's room, slamming the door behind her. The blue ceramic vase on the shelf wobbled and fell to the floor, shattering into many pieces. With tears streaming down her face, June knelt on the floor, picking up each broken shard. It was over. The laughter, the endless chats, the sleepovers, they were all gone. And so was their 10-year friendship, shattered like the vase June had cherished for so long. A symbol of all the best moments of their bond. The pain of losing her closest friend, the one she trusted most, was deeper than 1,000 cuts. June slumped into a chair, sobbing. This wasn't a trivial argument, but a serious rift that was impossible to mend. A crushing emptiness filled June's heart. She knew that the closeness they once shared was now gone. There was no way to fix it. Everything had ended. In the days that followed, when they saw each other at school, both June and Amy acted coldly and distantly, like strangers. Not long after the argument, Amy broke up with her boyfriend. June knew that Amy needed her then, but both stubbornly kept their icy distance from each other. Amy couldn't forgive June for her cruel words, and June couldn't find it in her heart to forgive Amy either. Physical wounds and emotional pain both take time to heal. It was the same with the vase. The broken pieces still lay in June's drawer, though she might be able to glue them back together. No matter how careful she was, the cracks would remain. A broken vase could never be restored to its original, unbroken state. A year passed. On June's birthday, instead of feeling happy and joyful, she felt sad. She remembered her 14th birthday, just a month before their big argument. That day had been perfect. She and Amy had laughed and joked together, fighting over food. And they had sworn that their friendship would never change. Tears welled up in June's eyes, a mixture of sweetness and bitterness. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. June stood up and rushed to the door, expecting her cousin. But when she opened the door, she froze. There stood Amy, holding a small gift in her hand.
I just wanted to say,
The two old friends looked at each other, their emotions reflected on their faces.
Happy birthday, June.
Amy finally managed to say. She quickly handed the gift to June and rushed out the door. June felt an impulse to run after her, but she stayed still. Instead, she gently closed the door. Back in her room, June sat on her bed and opened the gift. It was a bracelet. Attached was a small note.
Dear June, happy 15th birthday. Love, Amy.
And at the end, a postscript.
I'm sorry.
Just 3 words. 3 simple words that filled June's heart with joy. She picked up the phone and called Amy, while in her mind, she reminded herself to repair the broken vase. Even though it would never be perfect again, a broken vase was still better than a completely shattered one. Reflection. The story of the broken vase is a vivid testament to both the strength and fragility of friendship. When friendship is tested, especially when misunderstandings or indifference cause hurt, it's easy to feel disappointed and want to give up. However, like the ceramic vase, even when it is mended, the cracks will always remain. The profound lesson here is that friendship isn't about having a relationship without flaws, but about recognizing each other's value, forgiving mistakes, and continuously striving to maintain the connection. Forgiveness is not just about erasing hurt, but about opening our hearts wider and learning to love again from old wounds. A lasting friendship is built on sincerity, patience, and the acceptance that no one is perfect. But in friendship, we can create perfect moments by facing challenges together. Thank you for joining Beauty in Stories for today's tale. I hope these moments have brought you meaningful insights and inspiration. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any upcoming stories. See you in the next one.
Goodbye!